Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Advancement. Welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see. So let's get into this topic here. So, Victor Wembanyama just recently signed a $250 million rookie max extension. And some people are pretty pissed off. Why? Because he essentially gave the Spurs a $51 million savings over the lifetime of the contract to essentially open up a little bit of flexibility for them to bring back the core unit to keep the team intact, right? Now, on its face, it would seem like a pretty noble thing to do. On its face, the guy wants to win, kind of following after Tim Duncan and maybe a Tom Brady or none of these guys. But to some people like Shannon Sharpe and others, they're pissed off. They can't believe that Victor Wembanyama left money on the table and left money for the billionaires, while he took less money, and they are pissed. And this is what we want to talk about today. Before we even get into Shannon Sharpe's comments, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Decagon. As a business owner, I know that the best customer experience is when it feels personal, that every customer has their own feeling. But the more you grow, the more requests start coming in, the more you start to lose that personal touch. So a lot of companies decide to turn to AI. And I have to tell you, I am not a fan of these sloppy AIs that whenever you call them and you're looking for customer support, they simply don't do a good job. And it's usually at this moment where companies lose that personal touch with their customers. That's where Decagon comes in. Decagon helps companies create personalized, concierge-style customer experiences with AI agents across chat, email, voice, and SMS. They're available 24/7, feel natural to talk to, and can resolve customer requests on their own so businesses can keep up with the requests without losing their personal touch. And because workflows can be updated using natural language, teams can make changes themselves without long engineering cycles. Decagon gives your team full visibility into why agents make decisions and what's happening across every conversation. So it's easier to spot trends and improve the experience over time. Decagon helps power millions of conversations every day for brands you know, like Avis, Affirm, Fanatics, and Aura. Ready to transform your customer support? Go to decagon.ai/DreamersPro to get a personalized demo and see what Decagon can do for your team. That's decagon.ai/DreamersPro. Okay, perfect. So what I want to do now is I want to play the video of what Shannon Sharpe had to say, pretty much going off, and then want to come back and continue on with the show. Take a listen to Shannon here.
In Wemby's case here, he gonna make so much money off the court here, he gonna make up all that.
I'm gonna get, because guess what? I can still get this max contract and still get my money. Because guess what? I guarantee you them tickets ain't gonna get no cheaper.
I know.
Even though Wemby took a $50 million hit, you think they're gonna lower or raise the ticket prices every single year moving forward, Ocho?
They going
concession.
up.
Do you think they're gonna raise or lower the concession every single year moving forward, Joe? Let me ask you a question. NBC, Amazon Prime, ESPN, tell me which one they gave a discount because these players are taking a discount.
Right. You're right.
Well, we're
going to talk about this in a second, Joe, before you go. You see what the Seattle Seahawks just went for, Joe? Ocho?
What they went for?
9.6. He bought the team in 1997 for $194 million.
Damn.
Man, that's crazy.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2023. Washington sold for $6 billion. 3 years later, an extra $3.6 billion. Now, I want to know, did they say, you know what? I'm going to give you a discount on this. I know we worth about 9.6, but I'm going to let you have it for 9. You see how they do? And fans going to eat it up. Fans don't know. Even if the team sacrifices money, you still going to pay full price. Your PSLs ain't going to go down. Your playoff tickets ain't going to go down.
You're right.
But hey, they've I'm not going to tell a player what he should or shouldn't do. That's your money. You want to give the team a discount? give your team a discount.
Hey, listen, you got Cat about to get ready to come up. What Cat gonna do?
Cat said.
So you heard what Shannon had to say. Let's get into it here. Victor Wembanyama signed for $250 million. He gave away 51. He took $51 million less. But Shannon Sharpe and them are upset because he gave the team more money. When Victor made it clear that he's here to stay and that money is important, but it's not everything, championships last forever. And they're upset. We just finished watching Jalen Brunson win a championship. What do you think Jalen Brunson is going to be remembered for? The amount of money he made or the championship he just won? What do you think? I'm going to say the championship. They're upset that he's not as greedy as them. Oh, the owners have this. It's not your business what the owners have. Why are you focusing on this? Is the problem. This is what gets a lot of people into trouble. Pocket watching. Why are you worried about what the owners have? Worried about what you have. This is the problem. This in a lot of organizations is what leads to stealing. It's what leads to complacency. It's what leads to entitlement. Instead of focusing on what you're making, you're focusing on what the bosses are making. Don't worry about what the bosses. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. But I want to get to the bigger part of this. Michael Jordan didn't make a ton of money in his NBA career. But how come he makes $275 million a year every single year with Nike, depending on how the stock is doing? Because he won. That's why. Winning brings the most money. Winning brings you the most damn money you can get. You think Jalen Brunson is not going to make that money off the market that he gave up to help to give the team some flexibility? Of course he will. Of course he will, because Jalen Brunson prioritized winning. But the way these guys are making it seem is like these guys are going away broke. They're going away, but he's never going to make any more money. It's like they're making it seem like he didn't take any money at all. The guy took $250 million. Now you're talking about the owner. The only ones that have the team. The owner is the one that has the team. So why are you looking at what the owner is doing? He bought the team. When you go buy a team, then you'll get the lion's share. That's how that works. There's such a thing as a cap. And then there's also a thing as somebody not being as greedy as you are. For some people, money isn't everything in the world. It's just not. It's not the number one priority. Victor Wembanyama is probably going to make $1 billion when it's all said and done in his NBA career, just in salaries. But that's not the whole world to him. Some people just want to win. You ever thought about that? Tim Duncan wanted that. Tom Brady wanted that. That's why he was able to make $37.5 million a year working at Fox Sports. Why do you think that was? Because he won. That's why. He doesn't have to sit in front of a podcast and do all of that stupid stuff. He can just go talk on TV. And the fact that he was so successful as an NFL player allows him to earn $40 million a year just talking sports. That's the power of winning. These guys don't understand it. They're like the greed is just through the roof. It's just never enough. Oh my God. He's not focusing on the 250. He's focusing on the 50 that he lost. If he took 300 and the contract was 350, he took 300, they'll still be crying about the 50. If the contract was $500 million and $550 million and he took 500, he'll still be complaining. That's just the mindset. It's never enough. It's never enough. And some people are like, oh, you're taking away from generational wealth. Bro, if you can't build generational wealth of $50 million, you don't deserve to have generational wealth. How are you so preoccupied with, oh, let me gobble, let me gobble, let me gobble? What about let me make? How the hell you expect that generational wealth to be continued? How do you think all of this generational wealth that we look at is being made? How much money do you think these people started with? Most of these guys started with nothing and then they built it over time. You're starting with $200, $300, $400, $500 million and you're complaining about generational wealth? That means you don't have a clue on how to make generational wealth. Like, it's just, at the end of the day, it's just greed. That's all it is. At the end of the day, and I know some people are going to kill me, but hey man, I don't care what you think. It doesn't matter. I'm giving you my opinion. You want to have your opinion, have your opinion. I'm not here trying to force people to think what I think, but I don't agree. The guy said he wants to take less money. He took $250 million. He'll be all right. Stop worrying about his money. That's the problem. Y'all be pocket watching. You're making your money. Oh, I wonder what the boss is making. I wonder what the CEO is making. That's your problem. If you spent less time worrying about how much he's making, how much more time you can focus on doing other things to make more money, maybe you would have more money. This is how stealing begins.